This is my capstone project. It's over the communication among the employees, employers of Friendship Pediatric Services. The problem of communication among employees and employers is not even here. The employees are afraid to go to the employers. They're afraid to speak their minds, and it's been recently developed that it's just not among the employee and the employer, but also among the employee and other employees. They're going behind each other's back. They're talking gossip. It's coming back to the person that it's about, and that person's having to take it to their certified, which is our bosses. Friendship Pediatric Services has it's very high on no gossip policy. The employees are afraid to speak up to their bosses, and so they're going to other employees. They're going to other employees about their problems instead of their employers because they're afraid that they'll be targeted by their employers for possible fire or come down hard on them. We have to work as a team around here to make the Friendship Pediatric Services work. I had conducted a research among different employees in the building, including my stakeholder. Some of the questions that I had asked was, do you think that there is poor communication among employees and employers? Each one of them had agreed that yes, there is a major problem among the communication. Another question was, do you think that employees are afraid to speak up about what they think? The bosses that I interviewed had all said that they don't think that there was a problem, but as we further discussed it, they became realized that yes, there is a problem with the employees being scared to speak up about what their concerns are, their problems, even their ideas of how they can better the pediatric services that we provide. Another question was, how can we feel more at ease about approaching the certifieds about our concerns? One suggestion that we came up with that is we would have a suggestion box. The person could put in their concerns, their problems, ideas about what could be about further training, but they can do it anonymously. Nobody has to know that it came from that person, so that one person wouldn't be targeted. We've all agreed that it's a good idea to have this box set up somewhere, which we've agreed to put it in the copier room where everyone is a daily flow, so it would never be, oh, that person's going here to put the suggestion in. Then the suggestion box will be taken weekly to the director and discussed among their team meeting, which is held every Tuesday evening with the certified and the office, some of the office staff and everything, and they can look at the suggestions that's to be made to see if there can be improvements to some of our trainings that will assist, and so it contributes to a better communication. My final question that I asked all the interviewees was, are you willing to help make the communication become more open? Each one of them had agreed that they would help where they could, but they didn't want to voice their opinions, once again, because they were afraid of being targeted as the outsider and afraid of what the certified and director and such might think. So communication is definitely a problem. Everyone needs to put in an effort in helping the problem. We all have to come together and work as a team and not individual cliques in the building. We have to come together, and we should all be treated equally. The certified, the assistant teachers, the direct care professionals, and even the director. We should all work together to help that people aren't so afraid of speaking up and everything. So our recommended plan is to have the anonymous suggestion box. Another idea that came about was a one-on-one time with the employer, where the employer during your eval might just sit there and just kind of get to know you better. That way you feel more at ease coming to your employer about certain concerns, because when you become friends outside of work, you can go to those friends. You can present them with the problems and everything that's on your mind. And as an employer, you should be able to feel comfortable going to that person and saying, hey, this is my problem, or I have a great idea that might work, that might help this child or this child. And I think that if the employer would sit down and go more on one-on-one with the employee, they would have that better communication, and the employee would not mind going to the employer on things. Another idea was that the company could have more just company gatherings, going, having more Christmas parties, or outside of work, not having it there at work during the day, having company picnics. That way everybody gets to kind of come together and relax on their own terms and get to know each other, to where we're all fit together more like a family and a team. The only way that this is going to take place is if we all come and work together. It's like a puzzle piece. You have to put it together in order for it to become a whole. It's very feasible on achieving this goal. It's not costly at all. You have a box, you have paper, you can put the suggestions in the box. The only thing that might cost is to have the picnics and stuff, but I think that we could have a budget set aside even for that, to say, okay, this much is going to go towards this during, for the picnics or the Christmas party or Thanksgiving or whatever, they come up with that we might be able to do, or employees might even be willing to just have potlucks, that way everybody's chipping in and doing something. But if we all as employees are willing to work together, all this can be achieved. How soon can it be achieved? In the next week we can have this going. My stakeholder has agreed that this is a good idea for us to have the suggestion box, and that she was going to take it to the director and discuss it with the director on how quickly we can get the suggestion box ready before our next monthly meeting, which is the first Thursday of every month, which will be postponed following Thursday in July due to the holiday. We have talked about the plan, and it's a challenge, but I think if we all come together, we can make it work. And I thank you for attending my presentation on my capstone project. Thank you.